This film has a truckload of surprises. I just can't wait for people to see that. I think it's going to really break the internet.
I'm curious on kind of how you approach the role since you had so much flexibility there, as you've expressed in previous interviews with Cassandra.
It was really a collaboration between Sean, Ryan and I. They had a real idea of what they wanted her to be tonally for this film. And that was sort of a very unpredictable villain who the audience wouldn't really ever be able to quite work out or put their finger on, which, left me a lot of room to play, which is really fun.
I mean, I know you kind of said the word villain there, and I feel like so many people know you as an actor playing this kind of, the good person, kind of the light. How was it playing such a morally ambiguous character and stepping into that, like the headspace surrounding that?
It was really fun, actually. It was a real challenge, and I think for me personally to be able to find like the key into Cassandra and like what makes her tick, I really had to like put that label villain to the side. I think Cassandra, one of the great things about Cassandra is that she's totally the hero of her own storyline. She's totally convinced by what she's doing, which is really fun to play with. And but yeah, I also wanted to find a vulnerability in her and ways for the audience to empathize with her. And I think her origin story, which fans know and love so much, she's the evil sister of Charles Xavier, the evil twin. And yeah, their relationship or lack of relationship really went a long way to sort of establishing a lot of, the reasons why she does what she does.
Personally, I'm just such a fan of your work with Harry Lambert as your stylist.
Thank you.
And is there kind of like a story or cohesive vision you wanted to tell within your looks for this press tour? Does that relate to Cassandra, kind of, mentally there, kind of crafting that vision, that story?
Yeah, I don't know if we really...
Yeah.
There's nothing that really ties it massively to Cassandra, but I think we wanted to have a lot of fun. I think, if you can't have fun when you're promoting a Marvel film, when can you? And I think maybe our jumping off point was sort of like imagination. Like the Delara, the feathers that I wore and the Schiaparelli belts. They could all kind of be their own characters a bit. And I really liked that idea of playing with that.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. I was going to ask, what was your favorite look? Was it that Delara look? That
entire They're so different as well. They're so different. And the 16 Arlington dress that I wore to see Christ the Redeemer, that was also really beautiful for that moment. I remember we were assigning looks to different events, and I was like, okay, that's what you need to wear to see that incredible landmark. And it felt really fitting. It felt really reverent in a way, which was cool. I think the Schiaparelli was my favorite. Yeah. I love that look so much. I felt so powerful in it. It was really cool.
How could you not love it? Yeah. It's insane.
It's so cool.
It's fabulous.
Thank you.
There's this kind of distinct style of power with that trench coat that Cassandra has and this essentially like supervillain uniform. So I was curious, if you had a supervillain uniform, what would it be?
Ooh, fun. I really enjoyed Cassandra's boots. I think a high boot with a little heel is really good, especially with like a lace up. I think Cassandra's costume was really fun because it really paid homage to the comics, which was really fantastic to honor that look and style. But also we kind of made it very chic. I mean, she's kind of chic. She's very chic in the comics as well, but it was kind of that slender boot with like a bit of a baggier trouser and the length of the trench and the way that makes you feel when you're walking in it. You do just have this kind of different swagger. Yeah, it was really fun. I don't know what mine would be. I tend to always opt for comfiness. I feel like I can only operate well if I'm very comfortable. Yeah. So I'm not sure. Probably something similar to her because she can be nimble in it, but it also makes it makes a really cool silhouette.
Absolutely. And you kind of describe this idea of like the Cassandra's look making her feel powerful. What makes you feel powerful in fashion?
Being comfortable. Yeah. And I don't mean that just like in coziness, but I mean that in sort of being really comfortable in what you're wearing so that you feel like empowered by it.
Is there one thing you're really excited to see in terms of audience reactions and fan reactions?
I mean, there's lots to expect from Cassandra. I'm excited for the audience to really not know what to make of her, which hopefully will happen. But I mean, this film has a truckload of surprises, and some of the surprise appearances by certain people in this film are absolutely breathtaking and some of my favourite performances of all time, I think. So it's, I just can't wait for people to see that. I think it's going to really break the internet.
Very exciting. Is there like a favourite moment or memory you have on set that you can't wait to talk about once it's out?
I think, honestly, every day was a real adventure for me. I'd never been on a set of this scale. All our sets were completely built, functional, practical sets, and I was expecting a lot of green screen, and it totally wasn't that. But yeah, honestly, every day it was like working in a playground. You kind of had so much fun.